Man, what a swerve it has been involving Barstool Sports today and their founder, Dave Portnoy. I know a lot of you come here for rock and metal. Occasionally I talk about other topics. Got 3 other rock and metal videos out just today. But folks, this is crazy, and I just had to talk about this because I'm in the podcast space, and I'm really interested in the moves that are made. And Dave Portnoy has shocked the podcast and entertainment landscape by announcing today he has bought back his company, Barstool, and is taking it independent. Really crazy. I'm an independent business owner. I take great pride in that. It is really wild to see him acquiring and owning Barstool once again. Barstool is really influential. They reach a massive number of people. And several years ago, Dave Portnoy sold the company off. He sold it to Penn. And I think a lot of people do this because there are lucrative opportunities for themselves. And I think what may happen periodically is they don't always go the way that you had hoped it would. And it looks like in this situation, because of how rambunctious and wild Barstool tends to be, I think the parent company might not have been prepared for what can come with that kind of the outspoken nature of a lot of the personalities on Barstool. And so this was all apparently part of a blockbuster deal here, according to Yahoo Finance. ESPN and Penn Entertainment, who own Barstool, announced a blockbuster deal on Tuesday that will see ESPN operate branded sports books and so-called world leader in sports, makes its biggest push yet into the sports gambling market. ESPN's getting into sports gambling. But it goes, as part of the deal, they'll launch their own branded sports book. So ESPN is going to be in the gambling game now. In addition to reporting on sports information, they're going to be engaged in people placing bets. It's kind of wild to me, but it is what it is. But on top of this is what's huge. Penn announced they sold Barstool Sports back to its founder, Dave Portnoy. So he was possibly going to be a part of ESPN, but he is not going to be a part of ESPN now. But the huge thing is he has acquired the rights, and they say that they have the right to receive 50% of the gross proceeds received by Dave Portnoy if he were to sell the Barstool in the future. But I doubt he's going to do that because of probably the experience he's had. But here's Dave Portnoy actually announcing this move.
Okay, emergency press conference time. Maybe the biggest emergency press conference we've ever had here at Barstool Sports. Where to start? Penn Entertainment and Barstool Sports have gone our separate ways. As of this moment, while you were watching this video, I have purchased back Barstool Sports from Penn. So that is right. For the first time in a decade, I own 100% of Barstool Sports. Not since the Chernin deal have I been in total control of everything. Why did it happen? How did it happen? Well, I think Penn, who I have nothing but great things to say. I've said that all the way along with the Penn relationship. I have nothing but the most respect from Jay, his whole team, everything. We did this deal about 3 years ago, and I think both parties are like, we're going to take this thing to the moon. And we underestimated just how tough it is for myself and Barstool to operate in a regulated world where gambling regulators, the New York Times, Business Insider, hit pieces, fucking with the stock price. Every time we did something, it was 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We got denied licenses because of me, you name it. So the regulated industry, probably not the best place for Barstool Sports and the type of content we make. Penn was able to broker an unbelievable deal with ESPN. We wish them nothing but the best in their endeavors. It's truly a win-win. I still own a ton of Penn stock. I'll probably hold it because I think it's going to go up. But more importantly, for us, for Barstool, for the first time in forever, we don't have to watch what we say, how we talk, what we do. It's back to the pirate ship. And by the way, I am never going to sell Barstool Sports, ever. I'll hold it till I die, and when I die, I'll give it to Dan or Kevin, who's ever left standing. If their kids are still alive, they'll get whatever. We will pass it down. This is now going to be a place for content. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. That's right, Barstool Sports, the pirate ship, the cannons, they will plunder from now for the next 100 years. So welcome back in control.
Guys, this is a big deal. This is a really big deal when you talk about the changing landscape in entertainment, in media. Barstool was a very big part of that. They were a really big part of shifting into you can own your own shit. You can do things your own way. I think people crave an element of realness. People crave that unpredictability that comes with that. And when you get into a really big system like Penn, like he said, it does sound like you can underestimate some of the ramifications of that. This is a huge deal. I think this is the biggest blockbuster announcement since Joe Rogan signed with Spotify, which I think has been great for him. But this is wild. Shout out to Dave Portnoy doing really big things here. I'm very excited to see what ends up happening with Barstool, because there are a lot of independent media companies out there, entertainment companies, whatever you want to call them, that are on the rise. And he went the other way, and he believes in the new way going forward so much that he's willing to probably invest tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars to reacquire the company that he sold just 3 years ago. Crazy. It does sound like there's some sort of deal where they, as they said, that, if he were to sell it in the future, I don't think he's going to sell, man. I don't think he's going to sell. You're really seeing a trend where people are holding on to what they're doing and seemingly gaining from that. And I think that's because every platform is, it's pretty wild, folks. Again, I apologize if some of you are not happy, but I got to talk about some of this stuff sometimes. I want this to be a place, we got a lot of rock and metal here, and thank y'all for the support. And please be patient with me. Sometimes I want to talk about other stuff here because I'm genuinely interested, and I'm really interested in what's going on in the podcast space. It's very entertaining to me, and it's exciting because it applies to me. So thank you all, and don't forget to subscribe. Latest news and updates with notifications on right here at Rock.